8 most mysterious ancient archaeological discoveries on Earth that shocked the world. Hello and welcome to the Ancient History Channel. Dear friends, the Earth we live on is like a massive book with countless pages that have yet to be uncovered. From the mysterious stone circle of Stonehenge in England to the towering Giza Pyramid complex rising above the Egyptian desert and the enormous Nazca Lines stretching across the dry landscape of Peru, each of these ancient wonders holds stories that science still cannot fully explain to this day. Even after hundreds of years of research, these mysteries continue to push archaeologists to develop new theories and search for deeper answers. What makes it even more fascinating is that in just the past few years, thanks to the rapid advancement of modern technologies such as LiDAR laser scanning, ground-penetrating radar, satellite imagery, and artificial intelligence, archaeologists have made a series of discoveries that once seemed almost impossible to uncover. However, instead of closing the mysteries of the past, every new discovery seems to make the story of human history even more complex. There are lost cities suddenly emerging from the depths of ancient forests, hidden tunnels buried beneath pyramids, massive structures that can only be fully seen from above, and ancient manuscripts containing writings that humanity still cannot completely decipher. Perhaps that is exactly what makes archaeology so incredibly fascinating, because every artifact brought back from beneath the earth does more than simply tell the story of thousands of years ago. It also forces us to reconsider what we thought we already knew about the history of humankind. And in today's video, we are going to explore 8 mysterious and unbelievable archaeological discoveries that have amazed the entire world and continue to challenge the understanding of modern science. Who knows? Maybe among them lies a secret so extraordinary that it could completely change the way we view the past of human civilization. So, are you ready to join me on this journey of discovery today? If you are, then let's begin right now. An unexplored hidden chamber inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. When people think of the greatest architectural achievements ever created by humankind, many will immediately think of the Giza Pyramid complex, located on the Giza Plateau near Cairo, Egypt. This incredible structure was built more than 4,500 years ago, using massive stone blocks carefully stacked together with astonishing precision. Its extraordinary design and engineering have made it one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world that still survives today. But do you know what is truly remarkable? Despite hundreds of years of research and countless major and minor excavations, scientists still cannot confirm that they have uncovered all the secrets hidden deep within this magnificent structure. In fact, the more researchers study it, the more mysterious discoveries they make, causing the Great Pyramid of Giza to remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in the world of archaeology. One of the most notable examples came in 2015, when scientists from the Scan Pyramids project announced an important discovery during their research at the Giza Pyramid complex. The goal of this project was to use advanced modern technology to explore the internal structure of the pyramid without drilling, cutting, or damaging any part of this ancient monument. This was considered a completely new approach, giving researchers the opportunity to observe features that had previously been almost impossible to detect using traditional archaeological methods. During their investigation, the research team used infrared thermal cameras to measure temperature variations across the surface of the stone blocks that make up the Great Pyramid of Khufu, also known as the Cheops Pyramid. The results left the entire team stunned. They discovered that several stone blocks located on the lowest level of the pyramid were approximately about 11 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than the blocks above them. For a massive stone structure that has stood for thousands of years, such a significant temperature difference was clearly not something ordinary. This unusual phenomenon, known as a thermal anomaly, opened the door to a fascinating possibility. According to researchers, the temperature difference could have been caused by the existence of an empty space hidden behind the massive stones, some of which weigh several dozen tons. This hidden space could be a sealed corridor, a hollow chamber within the structure, or even a secret room that has remained untouched for more than 4,000 years. If this theory proves to be correct, it would become one of the most important archaeological discoveries related to the Great Pyramid of Giza in decades. So, what do you think? If a chamber that has never been opened truly exists inside the pyramid, what could be hidden within it? Could it be a place where the treasures of the pharaohs were stored? Could it contain ancient documents that reveal the secrets behind the pyramid's construction? Or could it simply be another part of the design that modern humans have not yet fully understood? Just the possibility alone has been enough to excite archaeologists and millions of history enthusiasts around the world, all eagerly waiting for new answers. To this day, experts continue to study and collect additional data in an effort to decode the unusual signals detected inside the Great Pyramid of Khufu. They are using the most advanced technologies available, carefully preserving the ancient monument while gradually uncovering the secrets that have remained hidden for thousands of years. Every new discovery adds another piece to the historical puzzle of ancient Egyptian civilization. At the same time, it reminds us that what we currently know about Giza may represent only a small fraction of the mysteries still waiting to be uncovered. And the mystery does not end there. What makes this site even more extraordinary is that the Giza complex is not home to only the Great Pyramid of Khufu. It also includes the Pyramid of Khafra, the Pyramid of Menkaure, the smaller pyramids built for queens, and the legendary Great Sphinx, which has watched over the desert for thousands of years. Together, these monuments form one of the most impressive archaeological complexes ever created. A place where every single stone may still be hiding a secret that humanity has yet to discover. The Lost White City, hidden for 500 years, home to flesh-eating parasites. Did you know that deep within the vast tropical rainforest, located along the border between Honduras and Nicaragua in Central America, there is a region that for hundreds of years, almost no one dared to enter? The dense, untouched forests, stretching across nearly about 20,077 square miles, have hidden countless secrets from the past. Among the most famous is the legend of an ancient city known by mysterious names such as the Lost City of the Monkey God or the White City. For centuries, this place appeared in the oral traditions of indigenous communities as a wealthy city that suddenly disappeared from historical records. Even in modern times, no one could say for certain whether this legendary city was merely a myth or whether it truly existed somewhere beneath the endless sea of jungle. According to a legend passed down from the 16th century, the inhabitants of the city supposedly abandoned their homeland all at once because they believed the area had been cursed by a terrible force. However, after historians investigated the story more deeply, they suggested that the truth may have been very different. The arrival of Europeans in Central America coincided with a period when warfare, disease, and slavery spread throughout the region. It is highly possible that these historical events forced the population to abandon the city, allowing the jungle to slowly consume every trace of a civilization that had once existed there. A story that seemed destined to remain only on the pages of history books entered a completely new chapter in 2015, when an international team of explorers and archaeologists launched a large-scale expedition to verify the existence of this mysterious city. The research team included writer Douglas Preston, explorer Steve Elkins, and documentary filmmaker Bill Benenson, people who believed that modern technology could help them see through the dense rainforest that humans had almost never been able to penetrate. Instead of immediately cutting a path through the jungle, the team used a Cessna Skymaster aircraft equipped with advanced laser scanning technology. For several days, the aircraft flew over hundreds of miles of dense rainforest, using LiDAR technology to penetrate the thick tree canopy and create a detailed map of the terrain below. The collected data was then transformed into a three-dimensional computer model. It was there that researchers discovered a series of rectangular structures showing signs of human construction, raising hope that the legend of the White City was not simply a product of imagination. However, locating the site was only the beginning. To reach the exact area believed to contain the ancient city, the entire team spent 3 years preparing and carefully planning every stage of the expedition before officially entering the rainforest. They had to cross extremely difficult terrain, cut through thick vegetation, and constantly face countless dangers from nature. Wild animals, poisonous insects, and venomous snakes were always lurking with every step they took. On one occasion, a highly venomous snake suddenly crawled directly into the camp during the night. Andrew Wood, a former soldier and jungle survival expert, quickly killed it. Steve Elkins later recalled that when the snake was struck and killed, its body was thrown violently, causing venom to spray everywhere, creating a terrifying moment that the entire team would never forget. After overcoming countless challenges, the researchers finally reached the area believed to be the city of the monkey god. However, the vegetation was so dense that they could not see the full foundation of a massive pyramid hidden beneath the jungle floor. During their investigation, one team member suddenly discovered strange stone objects emerging from the ground. As everyone moved closer, they found a carved sculpture depicting the head of a snarling jaguar with its powerful fangs exposed. These artifacts and intricate carvings helped the archaeological team confirm that they had truly discovered the remains of a legendary city that had been lost for centuries. But the adventure ended with an unexpected tragedy. After leaving the jungle, several members of the expedition began experiencing unusual symptoms and were later diagnosed with leishmaniasis, a disease caused by parasites transmitted through sandflies. Douglas Preston explained that this type of parasite can attack the tissues of the nose and mouth, gradually destroying them over time. In severe cases, infected individuals can lose their nose, lips, and suffer severe facial disfigurement. Although Steve Elkins and Bill Benenson were fortunate enough not to become infected, around half of the expedition members had to endure an extremely painful treatment process, suffering from numerous side effects such as vomiting, muscle cramps, and nervous system damage. To this day, this dangerous disease, along with the countless hidden dangers within the untouched rainforest, has made further research expeditions to the White City incredibly difficult. Nevertheless, this discovery remains one of the most remarkable archaeological explorations of the 21st century. It not only brought a lost city that had been hidden for more than 500 years back into the light, but also reminded us that there are still mysterious places on Earth where every step of exploration requires courage, determination, and sometimes even the lives of those brave enough to enter the unknown. We truly have to admire these talented and fearless explorers, don't we? The mysterious burial towers of Lake Umayo, Peru, a centuries-old secret of a civilization that predated the Inca Empire. When people think of Peru, many will immediately think of Machu Picchu or the legendary Inca civilization. However, did you know that on the vast highlands of this South American country, there is still an ancient site that is lesser known but has captured the special attention of archaeologists around the world? Yes, it is the Silistani Burial Complex, located on the shores of Lake Umayo, about 21 miles northwest of the city of Puno, Peru. Standing among the peaceful scenery of the lake and the windswept hills, you can see dozens of ancient stone towers still standing silently after many centuries, as if guarding the secrets of a civilization that disappeared long before the Inca Empire came to dominate this land. From the very first moment people see Silistani, most share the same feeling of amazement because the structures here are unlike temples, fortresses, or palaces. Instead, they are ancient funerary towers known as chulpas. These towers were built in a cylindrical shape, using carefully fitted stone blocks combined with clay to create incredibly strong structures. Most of the towers stand between 6 and 13 feet tall, but some remarkable examples rise as high as 39 feet, standing proudly across the highlands like timeless monuments. Despite enduring hundreds of years of harsh weather, many of these towers have remained almost completely intact, leaving researchers amazed by the advanced construction techniques of ancient inhabitants. According to archaeologists, these burial towers were built between the 13th and 14th centuries by the Aymara Kingdom, a civilization that once flourished in the highland regions of what is now Bolivia, before the rise of the Inca Empire. After expanding their territory and conquering this region, the Inca people also adopted many cultural and architectural elements from the Aymara. Because of this, structures with designs similar to the chulpa style later appeared throughout many areas of Peru, Bolivia, and northern Chile, reflecting the cultural exchange between two great civilizations of the Andes region. But what makes Silistani truly special is not only its architecture. Each chulpa tower was actually a tomb, specifically built for tribal leaders, members of the nobility, and their closest relatives. These were not ordinary burial sites for everyone, but rather symbols of status and power within ancient society. For this reason, every structure was carefully constructed, serving as an eternal home for the deceased. What is especially fascinating is that the burial rituals of the people here were also very different from those of many other ancient civilizations. When someone died, their body was not placed lying flat. Instead, it was positioned in a seated, curled posture, with the arms wrapped around the knees, resembling the shape of a baby inside the womb before birth. The body was then carefully wrapped in animal skins, woven textiles, or reed mats before being placed inside the tower, along with personal belongings, food supplies, and valuable offerings. The reason behind this practice was that, according to ancient beliefs, death was not the end of existence, but rather the beginning of a new journey into the afterlife. Therefore, the deceased needed to bring essential items with them in order to continue their existence in the next world. But the mysteries do not stop there. Another detail that has attracted special attention from archaeologists is that some Cholpa towers were designed with small openings facing east. This was not a random choice. According to the beliefs of ancient Andean communities, the east was the place where the sun was reborn each morning, symbolizing new life and hope. By positioning the tomb entrances toward the rising sun, they were believed to be offering a blessing that allowed the souls of the deceased to begin a new existence after death. Although the Aymara people did not practice artificial mummification, what is remarkable is that many remains have still been preserved relatively well over the course of centuries. Researchers believe that the dry environment and protected interior spaces inside the stone towers created natural conditions that slowed decomposition, turning these tombs into extraordinary time capsules of the past. Unfortunately, not every secret inside these burial towers has survived intact to the present day. Over many centuries, grave robbers broke into numerous cholpas and stole valuable artifacts, causing many priceless historical clues to disappear forever. Nevertheless, compared with other areas of the Andes highlands, Silistani remains the site with one of the largest collections of well-preserved Cholpa towers. Because of this, it has become an extremely important archaeological site, helping scientists better understand the daily life, beliefs, and architectural achievements of civilizations that existed before the Inca era. Today, each ancient tower standing beside Lake Umayo continues to silently tell stories from hundreds of years of history. They are not merely stone tombs, but living evidence of a remarkable culture that once flourished across the highlands of South America. And the more we explore Silistani, the more we realize that the history of Peru was not written only by the Inca Empire. It was also preserved through the mysterious monuments left behind by ancient civilizations that laid the foundations for this legendary land. So, if we say that the ancient world continues to amaze scientists with its endless mysteries, that would not be an exaggeration at all, would it? The massive mysterious complex beneath Angkor, what that could rewrite the history of the Khmer Empire. Our planet is truly an incredible place, isn't it? There are discoveries that require years of effort and dedication before we can find the answers. But there are also ancient structures that, the moment we see them, are enough to make us ask one simple question. How were people hundreds or even thousands of years ago able to create such extraordinary masterpieces? And when it comes to these wonders, Angkor Wat, located in Siem Reap Province, Cambodia, is certainly one of the most remarkable names that comes to mind. It is not only the largest religious monument in the world, but also a powerful symbol of the greatness of the Khmer Empire, built during the 12th century. Throughout hundreds of years of existence, every stone block, every intricate carving, and every corridor within this magnificent temple has preserved the story of a civilization that once reached the highest levels of architectural and artistic achievement. Of course, what makes Angkor Wat truly extraordinary is not only its enormous scale, but also the almost perfect craftsmanship found in every detail. The carvings covering its stone walls have remained remarkably sharp after nearly 1,000 years, depicting mythology, battles, and the daily life of the ancient Khmer people with artistic techniques that continue to amaze the entire world. Because of its beauty that seems beyond human imagination, many legends have long suggested that the Angkor complex was not created by humans, but was instead a gift from the gods brought down to earth. However, the history of Angkor Wat has also experienced many dramatic changes. By the end of the 14th century, the temple gradually fell into abandonment as the Khmer Empire began to decline. Over time, the tropical jungle slowly covered almost the entire complex, causing this magnificent site to disappear from human attention for centuries. It was not until the 19th century that European explorers brought Angkor Wat back into the attention of the world. Since then, the site has become not only one of the most famous archaeological treasures on Earth, but also the focus of countless studies attempting to uncover the secrets still hidden beneath layers of ancient soil and stone. Over many years, scientists have discovered numerous fascinating mysteries connected to Angkor Wat. One of the most debated theories suggests that the layout of the temple complex shares similarities with the arrangement of stars in the Draco constellation, raising the question of whether the ancient Khmer people intentionally recreated the heavens on Earth. However, that is still not the greatest mystery. A major turning point came when archaeologists from the Greater Angkor Project of the University of Sydney, Australia, conducted a large-scale survey of the Angkor Wat complex. By combining airborne LiDAR laser scanning technology with traditional archaeological excavation methods, the research team was able to see through the dense forest and layers of soil that had hidden parts of the site for hundreds of years. This research revealed that Angkor Wat was actually far larger and more complex than anyone had previously imagined. What particularly shocked archaeologists was the discovery of a buried area containing a massive structure located south of the main temple. According to survey results, this area measured approximately 4,921 feet long and 1,969 feet wide, a scale far beyond expectations. Archaeology professor Roland Fletcher from the University of Sydney described this as the most significant discovery related to Angkor Wat at the time it was announced. However, the true purpose of this structure remains a major mystery, because no similar architectural feature has ever been discovered anywhere else in the entire Angkor world. The discoveries did not stop there. Archaeologists also identified traces of 8 towers that had been constructed and later demolished during the early stages of building the main temple. According to initial interpretations, these structures may have served as temporary temples used for religious ceremonies before Angkor Wat was completed. This detail is extremely important because it helps researchers better understand the long and complex construction process behind this magnificent monument. These new findings have also completely changed the way scientists view Angkor Wat. Previously, many people believed that this site was simply a religious center. However, LiDAR data revealed evidence of roads, reservoirs, earth mounds, and numerous residential structures surrounding the temple. This suggests that the area was once a thriving place where many people lived and worked, rather than being reserved only for monks or the elite class as previously believed. Another remarkable discovery was revealed in a study published in the journal Antiquity, evidence of a wooden defensive system built during a much later period in Angkor Wat's history. Researchers believe that around 1585, when the Khmer Empire faced invasions from the Ayutthaya Kingdom, this structure was modified and transformed into a final defensive line. According to Professor Roland Fletcher, Angkor Wat is the first and only Angkor temple known to have been systematically modified for military purposes. Today, every new survey conducted at Angkor Wat continues to raise new questions about the ancient Khmer civilization. What was once considered historical fact for decades is gradually being rewritten thanks to modern technology, and it is entirely possible that beneath the massive stone blocks of this sacred temple, many undiscovered structures are still waiting to be revealed. Ready to tell the continuing story of one of the greatest empires in Southeast Asian history? Do you think so too? If you do, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The mysterious Mercury River. Beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent in Mexico, a clue leading to a lost royal tomb? Located about 31 miles northeast of Mexico City, Mexico, lies an ancient city that has fascinated archaeologists around the world for decades. This is Teotihuacan, one of the most powerful and mysterious ancient cities ever to exist in the Americas. The city flourished from around 100 BC to approximately 750 AD and was once home to an estimated 200,000 inhabitants, making it one of the largest and most influential urban centers in the ancient Americas. But did you know that the civilization responsible for building Teotihuacan remains a subject of debate among researchers? For centuries, this site has been regarded as one of Mexico's most fascinating archaeological locations, attracting countless research expeditions searching for answers to the secrets still buried beneath the ground. The most remarkable feature of Teotihuacan is its 3 massive pyramids arranged along the famous avenue known as the Avenue of the Dead, which stretches for approximately 1.5 miles. The enormous scale of the city, combined with its mysterious urban planning, has led many people to believe that Teotihuacan was not only a religious center, but also a place that concealed secrets connected to the ruling class of this ancient civilization. And indeed, an unexpected discovery at the beginning of the 21st century left the archaeological world completely stunned. The story began in 2003 when two archaeologists from Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History conducted a survey of the area surrounding the Pyramid of Quetzalcoatl, also known as the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, at Teotihuacan. After a heavy rainfall, archaeologist Sergio Gomez Chavez returned to the temple area and unexpectedly discovered a sinkhole approximately 3.3 feet wide that had appeared near the base of the structure. That seemingly ordinary hole would eventually lead to one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in Mexico in many years. Realizing that an artificial structure might exist beneath the surface, in early 2004, Sergio Gomez assembled a team of 20 workers and archaeologists to begin an investigation. Instead of immediately digging, they used ground-penetrating radar technology to scan the area beneath the temple. After months of research, by 2005, the team completed a digital map confirming the existence of a hidden underground tunnel extending beneath the temple. When researchers first entered this mysterious tunnel, many believed that the end of the passage might contain a massive treasure filled with gold, precious stones, and the riches of ancient rulers. However, what they discovered was completely different. During the excavation, the team uncovered a collection of valuable artifacts, including crocodile teeth, jewelry, seashells, the remains of a jaguar, and a beautifully crafted mask made from green stone. These discoveries suggested that the tunnel had played an important role in the religious ceremonies or rituals of the people of Teotihuacan. However, the most astonishing discovery was found at the end of the tunnel. There, archaeologists discovered pools of liquid mercury, along with evidence showing that the liquid had once risen along the walls of the passage. Not only that, but the ceiling of the tunnel was covered with a metallic powder capable of reflecting light, creating a sparkling effect that resembled a sky filled with stars in the darkness. This strange and mysterious environment led many experts to believe that the entire tunnel had been intentionally designed to represent a supernatural world according to ancient beliefs. According to the theory of some archaeologists, the river of liquid mercury may have symbolized a mystical river of the underworld, serving as a pathway leading toward the resting place of the most powerful rulers of Teotihuacan. What makes this discovery even more fascinating is that, until today, the tombs of the rulers who once governed this ancient city have never been found. Because of this, many researchers believe that the mercury-filled passage could be the key to unlocking the greatest secret that Teotihuacan has hidden for thousands of years. However, studying this tunnel has not been easy. Mercury is an extremely toxic substance that can cause serious damage to the human body after prolonged exposure. For this reason, the entire archaeological team was required to wear protective masks and specialized safety equipment whenever they entered deeper sections of the tunnel to avoid the risk of mercury poisoning. According to archaeologist Sergio Gomez Chavez, the mercury beneath the Temple of Quetzalcoatl most likely represented a lake or river from the afterlife, according to the beliefs of Teotihuacan's inhabitants. Furthermore, the discovery of a large number of valuable artifacts near the entrance of 3 chambers at the end of the tunnel has strengthened the theory that this area could be the tomb of the ruling elite or even members of the royal family. Of course, this remains only a theory, but if it is ever proven true, it would mark the first time archaeologists have discovered the final resting place of Teotihuacan's rulers. Such a discovery would provide an incredible opportunity to unlock the secrets of one of the most mysterious civilizations ever to exist in the Americas. 260. Mysterious giant geoglyphs in Kazakhstan. Evidence of an 8,000-year-old forgotten civilization? Throughout human history, some ancient structures have become famous around the world, while others have remained hidden in remote and deserted landscapes, waiting for the day when humanity finally discovers them. And Kazakhstan, a vast country located in Central Asia, is one of those places. With endless grasslands stretching all the way to the horizon, few people would imagine that beneath the seemingly ordinary ground lies evidence that could completely change the way we understand the history of ancient civilizations. What makes these discoveries even more remarkable is that they were not uncovered through underground excavations, but instead were first discovered from above, from space. For many years, archaeologists have referred to this area as the Nazca Lines of Kazakhstan because it contains numerous geoglyphs, which are enormous designs created directly on the surface of the land. However, while the famous Nazca Lines in Peru are approximately 1,500 years old and are believed to have been created by the Nazca culture, the geoglyphs in Kazakhstan are even more astonishing, with some estimates suggesting they may be up to 8,000 years old. This means they appeared long before many of the well-known civilizations that we recognize today. According to scientists, these giant designs may represent some of the most important evidence of an ancient civilization that once existed in Kazakhstan but disappeared from history without leaving behind any written records. For this reason, uncovering their origins has become a major research goal for archaeologists around the world. What is fascinating is that for thousands of years, no one knew these mysterious structures even existed. They were scattered across a vast and remote region of Kazakhstan, an area rarely visited by humans. It was not until 2007 that an unexpected breakthrough occurred when Dmitry Day, an economist with a deep passion for archaeology, happened to examine the region using Google Earth. On his computer screen, he noticed enormous shapes with designs too precise and organized to have been created by natural forces. This discovery quickly attracted the attention of the international scientific community. Since then, researchers have identified approximately 260 geoglyphs across Kazakhstan. They appear in many different forms, including circles, crosses, squares, and even shapes resembling the swastika symbol. Each structure is enormous in size, making it almost impossible to recognize when viewed only from ground level. Because of this, these mysterious designs remained hidden for thousands of years without anyone discovering them. The discovery became even more significant when NASA released satellite images showing 4 representative geoglyphs from this mysterious collection. These images helped confirm that they were truly large-scale human-made structures rather than random geological formations. In fact, Compton J. Tucker, a senior biosphere scientist at NASA, expressed his amazement when he first saw them. He stated that he had never encountered anything similar before and considered them an extremely remarkable discovery. NASA also began creating detailed maps of the entire region to support future research efforts. However, the greatest mystery for archaeologists remains the origin of these geoglyphs. Unlike the Nazca Lines of Peru, which are connected to a specific ancient culture, there is still no confirmed evidence showing who created the giant designs in Kazakhstan, when they lived, or what their true purpose was. The underground world of the Roman Empire, beneath the Colosseum, is finally revealing its secrets, after nearly 2,000 years. My friends, if you ever had the chance to visit the Colosseum in Rome, Italy, what would you do first? Perhaps most people would look up at the enormous stone walls that have stood for nearly 2,000 years, imagining the deadly battles of gladiators or the terrifying roars of wild animals that once shook the entire arena. But let me ask you a different question. If you knew that right beneath your feet was an entire hidden world that no one had seen for hundreds of years, would you still only focus on looking above? The truth is, the most astonishing thing about the Colosseum for archaeologists is not the part that visitors usually explore. The greatest secret of this legendary monument has been hidden directly beneath the ground. It took many centuries, after the wooden floor of the arena slowly disappeared over time, before humanity finally had the opportunity to uncover what had been concealed for almost 2,000 years. And when the first layers of soil and debris were removed, researchers discovered an enormous underground maze that left even the scientific community amazed. This was the Hypogeum, an underground system constructed during the reign of Emperor Domitian at the end of the 1st century AD. But don't imagine this as just a few small tunnels beneath the arena. In reality, the Hypogeum consisted of more than 100 passageways, holding chambers, animal cages, and storage rooms, all connected together into an incredibly complex underground network. While tens of thousands of spectators watched the thrilling events above, hundreds of people were secretly working below, operating a massive machine designed to create spectacular shows that amazed the entire Roman world. And that was not even the most impressive part. What is truly remarkable is the engineering skill of the ancient Romans. Archaeologists discovered that this underground system was equipped with dozens of wooden elevators, pulleys, and counterweight mechanisms, all operated entirely by human power. Try to imagine the scene. You are sitting in the stands among approximately 50,000 spectators. Suddenly, the arena floor opens beneath your eyes. A lion bursts upward from below, and moments later, a gladiator rises into view as if appearing from the depths of the earth. If you did not know the secret behind this system, wouldn't you think the Romans had used some kind of magic? That was exactly the feeling experienced by audiences nearly 2,000 years ago. But the underground world beneath the Colosseum was not only a place where incredible performances were created, it was also like a giant historical diary preserved through time. During excavations, archaeologists discovered the bones of lions, bears, leopards, and wild boars, proving that battles between humans and wild animals once took place on a massive scale. They also found iron nails, chains, work tools, and wooden fragments belonging to the elevator systems. Even more fascinating, many walls still contain simple scratched inscriptions believed to have been left behind by workers or gladiators while they waited before entering the arena. They may only be a few rough lines carved into stone, but they give us the feeling that we are touching the lives of people who actually stood in this very place nearly 2,000 years ago. Of course, the story does not end there. In 2017, scientists continued conducting geological surveys beneath the Colosseum. The results revealed yet another hidden secret. Researchers discovered that beneath the monument lies a layer of sediment measuring tens of meters thick, preserving traces of an ancient valley formed by the Tiber River hundreds of thousands of years ago. This discovery helped experts better understand why ancient Roman engineers needed to use special foundation techniques to build such a massive structure on this particular piece of land. There is also an interesting detail that many people do not know. The hypogeum did not actually exist when the Colosseum was first constructed. Many scholars believe that during the early years of the arena, the floor may have been filled with water to recreate simulated naval battles, known as naumachia. However, after the underground system was fully constructed with hundreds of corridors and mechanical devices, flooding the arena became almost impossible. From that moment onward, the Colosseum entered a new era, where gladiatorial battles, wild animal spectacles, and dramatic surprise effects became the main attractions. What fascinates me the most is that even after centuries of research, the Colosseum still has not revealed all of its secrets. Even today, archaeologists continue excavating and restoring areas that were once buried beneath layers of earth and debris. Every newly opened passage, every newly discovered chamber, and every newly decoded engineering detail adds another piece to the incredible story of the powerful Roman Empire. So, if one day you have the opportunity to stand inside the Colosseum, try to stop for a moment and look down beneath your feet. Because right below where you are standing may be ancient corridors, forgotten holding rooms, wooden machines, and countless stories that have been sleeping for nearly 2,000 years. The 5,000-year-old Egyptian book containing a terrifying prophecy for humanity. The story we are about to explore begins at the Saqqara necropolis, located in the Giza Governorate, south of Cairo, Egypt, one of the most famous and oldest archaeological sites of the ancient Egyptian civilization. It was here, in a place that has preserved thousands of tombs belonging to pharaohs, officials, and members of the elite, that archaeologists announced a shocking discovery that sparked countless debates among researchers. According to the information released on June 17th, during an excavation at Saqqara, Egypt, archaeologists discovered a manuscript sealed inside a tomb deep underground. What made this discovery extraordinary was not only the astonishing preservation of the book, but also its age. Experts estimated that the manuscript was approximately 5,000 years old, meaning it was created before many of the most famous periods of ancient Egyptian history. As soon as the discovery was announced, it quickly attracted international attention from the archaeological community, as many believed it could be one of the most important ancient texts uncovered in recent years. Even more fascinating, some experts suggested that the manuscript may be connected to the Book of Enoch, an apocalyptic religious text that has held a significant place in history. According to tradition, the book is believed to have been written by Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah from the Old Testament of the Bible. Although the true origin of this ancient text remains debated, the discovery of a manuscript with similar characteristics in Egypt has amazed many researchers. What has confused archaeologists the most is the writing system found within the book. According to preliminary analysis, the manuscript uses early forms of hieroglyphic writing combined with hieratic script, an administrative writing system used by ancient Egyptians. This suggests that the document may belong to the pre-dynastic period or the early Old Kingdom, making it far older than many previously known ancient texts. However, these unique symbols have also become one of the biggest challenges. Despite having access to advanced technology, scientists have faced significant difficulties in fully deciphering the entire manuscript. Nevertheless, the parts that have been interpreted so far have already created a wave of discussion and debate. According to some researchers and information reported by Mirror US, the manuscript appears to contain a troubling message. The text is believed to discuss the idea that humanity is influenced by invisible cosmic forces, guiding people through an unavoidable cycle of destiny. This remains only an early research hypothesis, but it has been enough to raise a fascinating question. Did the ancient Egyptians truly possess ideas about the universe that were far beyond their time? The mystery does not end there. The manuscript is also believed to contain warnings about the fate of humans after death. According to preliminary interpretations, those who lived immoral lives may face a harsh and painful outcome, and their final rest may not be peaceful. The text also emphasizes that every human action during life contributes to shaping one's own destiny, serving as a reminder of responsibility and the consequences of every choice. Adding even more mystery to the excavation were the artifacts discovered alongside the manuscript. Inside the burial chamber, archaeologists also uncovered mummy skulls, strange-shaped ancient objects, and phenomena that some people have described as sources of mysterious energy. Especially interesting is that this discovery occurred during a time when scientists are still struggling to understand the famous screaming mummy, a preserved body with a distorted facial expression that appears to be frozen in a scream of agony, a mystery that still has no universally accepted explanation today. According to experts, the manuscript also contains numerous mysterious symbols and coded messages, including passages believed to warn of disasters that could affect humanity if these cycles of destiny cannot be broken. The text reportedly describes repeated chains of events that lead to the collapse of civilizations, reflecting the way ancient Egyptians viewed the connection between humanity, history, and the cosmos. Although these interpretations are still being studied and have not been completely confirmed, they have opened new possibilities for understanding the religious and philosophical thinking of ancient societies. Today, scientists are placing great hope in advanced imaging technology and artificial intelligence, AI-powered translation programs, to continue deciphering the remaining unreadable sections of the manuscript. They believe that new technologies may reveal more information about this extraordinary text while providing deeper insights into the beliefs, philosophy, and spiritual life of prehistoric societies. If the remaining secrets can be successfully decoded, this discovery at Saqqara, Egypt, could significantly change the way we understand the history of ancient Egyptian civilization and the knowledge possessed by humans 5,000 years ago. It truly is a fascinating discovery, isn't it? So, we have just explored some fascinating archaeological mysteries together, where every discovery has revealed even more questions about human history and the civilizations that shaped our world. Although science has made incredible advances, there are still countless secrets waiting silently beneath the ground, waiting for humanity to uncover them in the future. What discovery surprised you the most? And which mystery do you hope will finally be solved one day? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy exciting journeys of exploration like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can join us in our upcoming discoveries. And now, thank you for watching, goodbye, and see you again in the next video.